Good morning. All right, let's get started. So, we have some interesting stuff going on. IPDN looks like a fader. We are short, so trying to let that one come down. Let's see. Looks like we have LPS in. Oh. LPS in. Let me check the price on this. It looks like it's going to be. It's not bad. Let's see. Let's see here. I have an issue with the locate on this one. Kind of odd because the other ones worked okay. We're working with a new system here. So, trying to work out some kinks. So I gotta kind of keep up with this in real time. Make sure I can don't miss any little issues. So we're supposed to be short on this one. Here's what it says. We are trying to short at 145. This looks backwards. The price for the locate was 0.019. So it's cheap enough. But then I think, see, this price says 40, which is wrong. And the size is wrong too. Let's take a look at that one. That's a little bit odd. It's almost like it thought the price was too expensive. So this is the algo. Working on this new setup for the algo. Kind of strange. So IPDN worked this morning, no problem. And then this one has got some kind of other little issue. Let me see here. Let me see. All right, let me look into this issue really quick. So we have what was the stock? LPS in. Let me try this on the debugger really quick. Okay. LPSN, we want to say just to test it 1.5. It looks like that short's gonna work too. Okay, maybe that'll do it. So I need to see when we locate when we do the locate, we want to see what the price returns from the algo. Maybe I should just trade that one manually. Nah. Kind of odd that some of these work and some of these don't. Should be the same thing every time. All right, so this would be what gets returned. This is what gets returned, so let's do a stop. Let's put a breakpoint right here and see what we get. From the API, because the print said, when we printed that out, it said $40 for the locate, but that doesn't seem right. Yeah, so here it says it's the correct price, 0.019 for the locate. Okay, that's fine. And why did we see the other price? That's the question. So we printed it out here. Really bizarre. So come down here and say, yeah, see, this is right. Interesting. So it looks right here. But when it ran live, it wasn't right. Oh, let me check the database too. Short locate. So here we go. Here's the results in the database. Look at that. It says $40. 2 shares though. Why does it say 2 shares? That's odd. Oh, look at that note. I saw this yesterday too, and this was a problem. That's not good. Yeah, we got a random note like this yesterday too. And it hit an error because it truncated this note field. So something's not right with that. It's almost like that's just an issue with their API or something. So what's interesting too is it says all the other fields are correct except the price for the locate, and then the number of shares is wrong too. Really strange. And you can see all these other ones I've tested too worked fine. And the one I just ran worked fine too. Huh. Maybe what we do is we loop it and we just say, if we get this result, try again because something went wrong on their end. It's like a totally different format than what they said it's going to return. And then it's got 40, which is wrong. Where did you even pull 40 from this? Anyways, we'll look into that later. We'll see if any more have that problem today. Hopefully we hit some more trades and we'll see if it works. So Unity had earnings. It's actually coming back up on earnings pretty nicely. It's been on a pretty nice move lately. Really, really nice. So sort of built up out of this base here, pushed up really nicely, holding a higher low over here on earnings now, and it's having a good reaction to earnings. So that is actually looking incredible right now. Wasn't expecting it to rebound like that. Super impressive. look at some of these pre-market runners. SGBX. Cheapy, running on nothing. LPSN. Expanded partnership with Google Cloud to transform enterprise AI outcomes and customer experience. Okay. Partnership with Google Cloud. What does that mean exactly, though? It's like I have a Netflix subscription, so I partnered with Netflix technically. Is it that kind of thing? Is that what it is? LPSN. We'll watch that one too. PHGE. Another cheap one. What is the news? Earnings. Earnings talk. This one is probably going right back down. Let's see here. AIMD. Ooh, this one's looking cool. I like this one. Really nice hold. Nice move in pre-market. So it's at 318 right now, pushing up to this resistance area, high resistance area for this one. It's going to be difficult for this one to get going. There's actually not a ton of volume over here, so that's good. This one does have a chance to run. This one could be a mover. Keep an eye on it, see what it does here. A little bit of a crack there in pre-market. Let's see what this news is. The technicals look great. $2.1 million order, so that's nothing. With ASE for first deployment of AI nodes in semiconductor manufacturing. So they said a bunch of nice words, keywords, AI, semiconductor, order. They have an order. So isn't that funny though? And if you have one of these stocks, you just say, "Hey guys, we got a sale. We got a sale," and the stock goes up. All right, interesting though, nonetheless, and none of that really matters. What matters is, does it squeeze? IPDN. We have this one short. We should be short LPSN too, but problems. That's okay. All right, that's all for the gappers. Let's take a look at Apple. So Apple has a huge move in pre-market. Pretty impressive. What happened? Trump's tweets trigger stock swings for Tesla, Boeing, Pfizer. But what specifically did he say? White House says Apple to raise U.S. investment commitment by $100 billion. Because tariffs. It's not that they don't want to use the sweatshops, they just can't anymore. All right, let's look at Tesla. Take a look at Tesla. Really tightening into this range right here. Nice consolidation over the past several days. And it's on the bottom of this bigger wedge. So that's a big question mark right now. Is this going to break down? It's already breached the bottom of the wedge. It's sort of testing it again, trying to break down. But the question is, can it break down or not? So far, it's just hanging out. Pretty much sideways yesterday. Sideways the day before that. Now, there is a decent little trend break here. But it's still holding that wedge. So it could go either way still. Obviously, there's this one too, which this is a nice looking trend line as well. Let me make this one darker. So shorter trend line right here. If that holds up, then it's probably just going to go back to the top of the wedge. If we break down, then it's going to be looking kind of bad for Tesla over the next several days at least. So we'll see what happens. Uh, Apple looking kind of interesting. I like the look of this. I'm really hoping Apple holds up. It's really holding in this wedge, holding in this range, tightening up again. Bad earnings, so went up and then down on earnings pretty big. But it's been holding since then. Let's see here. We have some swings on Nike, PayPal, UNH, Intel. All the same setup as D-Dog, which we traded last month. One of the best trades of the month. So we'll see how we do. All right, here's the bell. Good luck, everyone. Coinbase getting rocked. Unity's just a beast right now. So crypto names are kind of questionable right now. Crypto names are struggling. Apple, huge spike out of the gate. Well, let me check in on the algo here and see what Apple's looking like. I'm pretty sure it's long now. No, it's actually still short. Very interesting. So if this thing flips long, I will probably take the long on Apple. Tesla's looking good. Super impressive move. I mean, it looks like a long to me. Of course, with this news, it's tough because it moves up so quick, and then it's sort of a chase. Tesla holding up really nice in the wedge again. So all my swings are up right now. Unity is a monster. We'll see if the spike holds up. It's always the question with these. Is this morning spike going to hold up, or is it going to get decimated? It's pretty impressive so far. Kind of turns into a secondary fake out on this flag structure. That's what happens a lot. You get the low gets taken out and then it goes up. The low gets taken out, then it goes up. Looks like IPDN might squeeze me. We will see. IPDN coming up a little bit. See what it wants to do here. One of probably the best ways to think about a lot of these trades is like it's either going to be a win or it's a loss, and if it doesn't hit my target where I want, then I'm not taking the win because that's not the plan. So it stops me out. And then that kind of keeps me from being irrational about things and just, getting chopped up. One and done. But then I got to make sure my try counts too. So, yeah, Unity is going to be super interesting. If this thing holds up, man, this could actually get going pretty nicely. It's all going to depend on today. What does it do after earnings? Oh, I see some weakness on Intel, Iowan Q, Quantum Play, Hood. Yeah, it's a numbers game. It's kind of a game of chicken, too. Who's going to panic first? And I can never be faked out if I'm not looking. So IPDN has a major level right here at, what is this, 250 something, 255? And you can see it's struggling around there. If it does break through that convincingly, then it could run over pre-market high. Then I'll stop out. So we'll see what it does. It's trying to get up there one more time. Now it is August, so I'm thinking that runners will be a little bit weaker generally in August, at least in small caps. Intel, wow, kind of weak on Intel. It had a huge day yesterday, though. Pretty crazy. So I'm in from 1950. Hopefully I don't regret not selling into this. Pretty nice 4% move up. But wasn't really the play. I wanted to kind of stick around, maybe hold for this gap fill over here for the swing trade, and maybe I'll add some more. might add some more intel. We'll let it settle out. This could be the start of a pullback, or this could be the bottom of the pullback. It's hard to say. $9.44. Are we going to see some squeezes or not today? We do see SGBX. Kind of coming in for this gap fill. Super interesting. Also, AIMD. I am feeling pretty safe on the shorts right now. IPD, and it did try to go, but it so far is failing, so hopefully that just starts fading back into oblivion now. Wow, Tesla's looking very strong right now. Back to 313. I like this AIMD move. Maybe 10 o'clock short setup coming on that. I don't know. It's kind of on the edge for me. I'll have to think about it. Dang, Tesla is just ripping it up. So confirmed trend holds, looks like, on Tesla. Let me take a look at the algo on that. So here's a swing trade algo. It is still short from 318. It doesn't always make the best decisions though. I would have covered it into that trend line and maybe just wait for the long entry on it now. But it is still short. You know, if this thing fails, if this spike comes right back down, then it's looking really weak again. So it's really going to need to hold up and not give that spike back too much at least. Pull back some, but The prediction, of course, is it's in a wedge, so we expect it to stay in the wedge until proven otherwise. Which it really tested here. So I was thinking that might have been the breakdown area, but it ended up holding. Of course, yeah, I did try long here and I stopped out, so now I'm just waiting on Tesla. $316 now on Tesla. Super crazy strength. Oh. All the swings are looking okay. So I am long Tilray. From the other day, called it out in the 360s, 361s. So Tilray's pushing to 365 now. Have to convince me better next time. I do not give trading advice. Not financial advice. Swings are a totally different mindset too, so it's tough to go from more actively trading to less actively trading and just holding through some chop, you know. But it's basically just like D-Dog. So D-Dog was just a perfect textbook scenario for us to remember. It is the best setup in the market. And wow, D-Dog's lower now. Amazing. But this is why we sell too. We don't stick around for too long. We just take our move and we get out. But look at that trend break right here in D-Dog. So we took it from the 139s to the 150s. And then it had news related stuff happening here. Nike. Same exact thing. Look at Nike looking good. So Nike was the same thing. We already traded it once. This is trade number 2 on Nike. But we traded this trend break. Best setup in the market. And sold it into the breakout Now, rebought right over here. So we're long Nike again. And this time we're looking for the push above 80. PayPal. Looking kind of similar to all those other setups. I don't know, kind of D-Dog-ish. Best setup in the market. UNH. Kind of looking good. I don't know. The thing with UNH is this could go back up to $600 a share. As long as there's no ridiculous news that happens. Of course, they're under investigation by the DOJ. So that could just, drop it in half overnight. But I don't know. That hasn't really happened. Aside from this was something. But this is one of the most discounted stocks in the market right now. And it has the most institutional buying, more than it's ever had by a lot. Insider buying off the charts. So I don't know. The insiders are usually right. They know what's going to happen. And they wouldn't be putting millions and millions into this if it wasn't going to rebound. The question is, where's the bottom? Now, they're already buying it, so they probably figure the bottom's pretty much in. But I gotta keep in mind, these traders that are more advanced, institutional buyers, they're using, the big money has more reach, more information, more data, statistics to base decisions off of, things like that. So they could be doing something that retail wouldn't want to do, like holding through drawdowns for an inevitable victory. How big's the drawdown going to be? I don't know. We know these hedge funds like to hold through. They'll hold through a 30% pullback, no problem. Because the bigger picture is still in play. Which might be uncomfortable to do, but makes it easier to time the trade if you give yourself more room. More room for error. So hopefully UNH will actually have some follow through now. We had a pretty big day yesterday on it. Of course, you have a big day, it can be followed by a red day. So kind of what we're seeing now. But I want to see it hold a dip anywhere above yesterday's low. I would be very happy with that. Then it can consolidate and hopefully just grind its way back up. So we'll see what it does. It's one of those things, it seems like everybody knows pretty much that this is going to go back up to $300-400. So the question is, where's the bottom? And it just took out this low right here, which is super fascinating to me because usually when the lows get taken out, that's when the moves happen. So yeah, I wasn't expecting it to go this low. I was kind of hoping it would hang out, break out of this wedge and just go, which it started to do here, but it immediately came back down and then started fading. So it's almost like some big player was exiting the play all through this range. And then earnings, of course, wasn't a good reaction. And it's kind of how these big caps move too. They'll have a big day, a big green day, and then a big red day. So it feels really annoying to watch your P&L jump around a bunch, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Like this is a good example on Nike. Back over here, we had huge red day. And I was looking for the buy over here. And then huge green day right there. So I figured, oh no, I missed it. But then big red day again. So just back and forth and back and forth. But ultimately, it's basing out really nice. And then look at that. Big red day into huge gap up. Good luck, That's why swinging is nice too, because if it gaps like that, I can sell. I'm already in. We take our leave. Gonna miss SGBX, I guess. Looks like maybe another locate issue on this one. Should be short from 45. That's annoying. Yeah, working out the bugs. I don't even know what the problem was here. So it tried to do a locate. Let me take a peek at the database. Let's see. Yeah, it's the same issue the other one had. Huh. Weird. So we had one work. The other two did not work on the locate for some reason. I don't see any errors. Yeah, we'll have to look into that. Kind of annoying. That would have been looks like it's gonna be a winner. So Yeah, what's annoying too with that is I can't reproduce the problem. Can't reproduce it. It only happens randomly. All right. Now, hopefully the exit orders work. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it there. I need to get going. Got a lot to do. So I will let these trades play out. I should also be short SGBX. That's okay. We're working on it. And the swings are looking pretty good. So we're going to keep going after those swings and really master those. There's a lot to be made in those swings. Best setups in the market. All right. Good luck, everyone. We're back tomorrow.